I wanted to start off with a dream catcher. My family on my mom's biological side has Native American in them, but by the time I got to me, it's like probably gone. The next I identify is African American. On my dad's side, this is my grandfather. On my dad's side, he was a great man. He was very hardworking. He was caring. He was lovable. He was also Christian man. He always went to church. He did pass away in 2014 on my dad's side. And then on my mom's side, I picked my grandmother that my mom was adopted by. I made this bag like a week ago, which is crazy. But she adopted my mom. It wasn't originally supposed to be like that. She was supposed to just foster my mom until my grandmother finished school, because she was a teenage mother when she had my mom. So she was supposed to finish school and then get a job and then get stable and then get my mother back. That was the original purpose. However, that never really happened. She tried being a mom, my grandmother said, and she just really didn't get a hang of it until she had my aunt a few years later. But she was in the newspaper. And I also have a picture of her right here. It's an old picture she gave me a long time ago. But it's with my grandfather. She had 10 children of her own, and she raised 22 children, but this newspaper that has that, it was like in the 80s, so the number is way more that she did, because she helped more children after my mom, as well as their children. She helped raise their children, but she was a Head Start teacher that really became involved because of her children, and then she loved it, so she went to school and did what she had to do so she could be a Head Start teacher. She actually retired a year before I went to Head Start, which would have been so cool if she was my Head Start teacher. But she also really introduced me to God. This is a book she gave me after she became a Jehovah's Witness. She gave it to me. She didn't force me to go to the hall. She always said we can just do like Sunday or Monday classes where we read a section, we talk about it. So we did that. But before she was a Jehovah's Witness, we would go to church every Sunday, and like that, you had to go. Like, you had no choice. You went to church, you learned about God, and that was it. So she would have this children's storybook. And she would have me read it because I used to stutter like really bad, and I was terrible at pronouncing certain words, which I still kind of am, but that's okay. So she would have me read the children's storybook of the Bible, one story a night. So then she was also very important in my life with school. She helped me every night after school. We would do my homework. She would do my spelling. She'd make me spell the words 3 times again that I got wrong. And then we would read a story out of the Bible, the children's Bible. So that brings me to my next one. I received National Honor Society my senior year. And then I also was recognized for early recognition of Black scholars my senior year as well, which was pretty cool. They had 2 little events that I went to for that. And then now this is my blended family. My daughter, she's my oldest. This is my stepson, Jonathan. And then my little girl, Jacinia. And there's a picture of the 3 of them. But all my kids are Puerto Rican, so I like to surround them with their culture. So we listen to a lot of Spanish music, we eat a lot of Spanish food. Jasinia's grandmother talks to both of my daughters in Spanish. He knows Spanish because his mother is Puerto Rican, so she speaks to him in Spanish. So sometimes he talks to the kids in Spanish so they can start learning. But it became part of my culture because my children, and I also love the Spanish culture. It doesn't matter if it's Puerto Rican, Cubans, or whatever. I just think it's amazing. I love their food. I love the Spanish. So that is it. I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.